What's up, y'all? Welcome back to MSM Audio. I'm Tim. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the third video in my review of Native Instruments Glaze 2, a deep dive. In the first couple videos, we covered the browser, the main browser, the effects page, and the sound editor. Today, we're reviewing the sequencer, and I'll be honest, I've never really used sequencer before, but once I did start using them and put the time in, you see that it's another layer of creativity, creative options afforded to you, right? So I'm going to jump straight in. This icon here, once you click it, brings up a menu, basically allowing you to reset any sequence you set in the sequencer, your macros, or you have a initialize all sequence option. You can save a sequencer preset you create. You have your pitch and velocity. You can set how much of it you want to include in the sequencer, your macros, up to 6. And here you have a latch option, which the sequencer just runs with any key you hit. Let's turn it on first. Okay. And the re-trigger option, the sequencer resets each time you hit a key, no matter where it's playing in the sequence. Here you have the rate, where you can set the speed of the sequencer. Some swing. And you can change the step where the sequencer starts. Here you can set the root key. You have many options to change the scale. And a global parameter to lock in the settings that you choose. Here you have a scale by velocity, where depending on how hard you hit your key or your pad, is how the sequencer will sound. Okay, your layer routing option, where you can change which layer you want to play, A, B, or both. You can change the amount of steps per macro. You can change if you want the direction to go forward, backward, forward and backward, and a couple other options here, random, so forth and so on. And you can also gate it. Now, once you go to the macros, you can adjust the amount of cutoff or flare. Any of the macros, you can adjust the amount that you want to add in to the sequence, and these parameters, steps, direction remain the same. So I'm going to go to my other instance. Actually, let me play the original sound first. Turn this off. Actually, hold on. That was the original sound, the original preset. And this is what it sounds like after I made some changes to the effects and put it in the sequencer. Hold on, let's turn it on. Make sure it's on. Hold on. So I came to the pitch and velocity, made some changes here, changed the velocity, came to the macros, made some changes to the cutoff, added a little bit of chorus, left the flare and saturation alone, didn't really like how it sounded, and I added some reverb to go in and out. I also changed the rate to 1/4, added a little bit of swing, about 10%, and anything else. I think all of my amounts, except for the reverb, I have the reverb at about 60%, the cutoff and chorus at 100, and yeah. So you can, if you want to change the direction of any of these, let's change the direction of the cutoff. All right, let's try reverb. Let's change the direction there. Okay, let's go back to the cutoff. What would happen if I change the amount of steps here? Okay. Another thing I did was I changed the first step to the fifth one. So it plays from the first step. I let it run through a full sequence thereafter, and then I hit the key again to restart from the fifth step. So again, more options for creative exploration using the sequencer to come up with interesting musical phrases. I really like the option to change the direction for the different macros to create some interesting sound phrases and musical phrases. But again, another layer of creativity to add to the browser, the effects page, the sound editor, and now you have the sequencer. Next, I'm going to cover the macros, and things really get interesting even further here because now you can assign the macros to wherever you want them to be. Again, expanding your sound palette, sound creation, and sound journey. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see y'all on the next one. MSM Audio.